Welcome to Social Intercourse with Erin Kilbane. I am Erin Kilbane. I'm here today with Ramses. Hello, Ramses. So why don't we start by you telling us about yourself?
Well, my name is Ramses Torres. I'm 22 years old. I live in Staten Island, New York, and my main trade is acting. And also, I have different. I like to say that I'm more of I try to be a jack of all trades because, regardless that my acting is my main focus, I try to stem off into print work and also radio work and anything else that I could grasp on. So
I think, because they say jack of all trades, master of none. But at the same time, as an artist of any sort, you kind of have to be across the board doing everything.
There has to be a focus. I mean, nothing measures up equally. Obviously, I'm more adept at acting as opposed to, let's say, radio work.
Right.
When I know that I'm limited to doing one thing when it comes to radio work as opposed to acting. I've worked on web series, independent films. Also, I've done not so much theater, but film, television, commercial work, and independent projects a lot. So I have more experience as far as acting is concerned.
Well, what's your goal?
Well, my goal as of now is for the year, because I like to do short-term goals. For this year, I would like to do a lot. I would like to experience more. So working in a lot of lower budget projects, because I've worked in the industry for about, I'd say, 4 or 5 years now. So my experience is limited in the sense of work, that I haven't worked really in major productions as far as being a lead role actor is concerned, because I've done little parts here and there, whether stem off for being a featured extra, maybe a bass player, that works for a scene and that's it. But for the, my main goal right now is to gain more experience, to put my what I've been taught into practice, because I've taken a lot of workshops and seminar classes, so I just want to project that in my work.
Okay, so in terms of your short-term goals versus your long-term goals, so you're trying to work on little kind of roles now to eventually
build my credibility up, state a name for myself.
Right.
Because obviously, if you're going to ask anybody, do you know who Ramses Torres is? Most likely they're going to say, maybe, I don't know. So I want to build my credibility first, as far as building my IMDb page is concerned. IMDb, Internet Movie Database. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know that.
No? The acronym for it. But, I have only a few credits there, but I want to build that up, my resume. I want to build up my demo reel. Mm-hmm. And I want to build up experience because, I give myself credit as far as, being on camera and, ignoring the fourth wall right now that we are ignoring right now.
It's not hard to ignore you.
But I would like to, like I said before, build up my credibility, build up my experience before I aim higher, because I want to make sure that I'm ready. And I'm kind of trying, I'm in the middle between reaching a milestone because I don't know if you're familiar with the Actors Union. No? Well, besides the point, I want to make sure I'm ready before I take that next milestone or step up in my career when I really compete amongst talented people. I want to make sure that I'm ready, and I don't want to make a fool of myself, so I make sure that I'm prepared by through more classes, working on more projects, networking, because that I tell everybody, in this kind of industry, you got to make sure you're networking every day, It's all about that. That's what the industry revolves around, is networking with people, building relationships, and working with people. So as far as my long-term goals concerned, I'd like to envision myself a few years from now, fame and fortune is anybody's dream,
That's one of the questions I wanted to ask you about. Is it because of the fame, or is it because you want to say something to the public? Because a lot of times I interview artists, and obviously acting is an art, but a lot of the times I always ask this question because the derivative of kind of why you do something, I always want to know why. So in terms of you, would it be for the fame then?
Not so much the fame. Well, that's a plus. That comes with it, and who's gonna deny it? But for me, I would like it's more of a sense of being recognized. For I don't. The thing is, I don't want to go out of this world not being recognized and putting it to waste.
Okay.
So that to me is more important, which is the fame essentially. But I don't want to. It's what you're famous for that counts, because you could be infamous. You could be infamous. You know, you don't want to be famous for something bad. You know, you don't want to be that guy that's just like, you mention their name and you just out of disgust, you don't want to hear their name. Mm-hmm. You know, I want to hear, like, if someone mentions my name, oh, that guy is a talented actor or talented whatever. You know, because, you know, whether or not, you know, acting is my main pursuit, I could lead into something else. The radio work I do on the side might turn out to be, you know, what my main focus would be one day. You know, maybe I'll transition over to that, because I started off this industry doing print work initially, which is like a lot of print work for small studios and stuff like that, and a lot of photographers do work on their portfolio. At that time, I didn't realize that acting would turn out to be my main focus. So that's why I said before that it's always good to try to be a jack of all trades, essentially.
Wise words. So what are you doing now? Tell us a little about the projects you have going on.
As of now, I'm working from like a day-to-day basis. It's not like a prolonged project that I'm working on, because the commitments I make on projects range from like a day or two the most. So lately it's been a lot of, it's been print work, like lifestyle shoots, you know, stuff that you would see maybe in stock photography. As far as print work is concerned, last year, recently, I actually worked on a web series, which is nice, premiered several times in the city.
Where can we find it?
Well, the name of it's actually Marcello. You could look, it actually has a Facebook page, fan page, so it shouldn't be hard to find, Marcello. The director was Demetrius Charles, and it was nice. You know, I played a supporting character role in it. They plan on shooting another season, actually. I don't know when. But the first season, I played a supporting character the name of James, which is like he was like the bodyguard of one of the lead actresses. And there's supposed to be some character development for the next season, but I think that the project for now has been on hold. I don't know exactly what the issue is with that, but it was definitely a great experience, because I got to work with people from all walks of life, you know, and that's the best part, because, you know, you're working alongside with people who, you know, they're putting their own experience into their art. So, and it's amazing, because before I'd done all this, you know, the amount of people that I knew was limited to where I lived, you know, like it's only so big that you can go far out. You know, your next door neighbor, I'm pretty sure, you know, you could have a conversation with him, but it wouldn't differ as much as if you had a conversation with someone from halfway across the world. You know, you listen in on their experiences and go, wow, I didn't know that was, you know, I didn't realize that in your country that they did this and that, or in California for that matter, because you get a lot of those, you know, people from the West Coast. You're gonna hear about their experiences. But it's always nice to work alongside people with, you know, that come from all walks of life, because you learn yourself, you know. So that in itself is a gift to me.
Agreed. So speaking of the internet, tell us about your self-promotion. Can we find you on Instagram? We're on your Facebook?
Well, Facebook, yeah. Ramses Torres. It's not that hard to spell. Ramses, and then Torres. I'm pretty sure most people know how to spell Torres. Instagram is not really to promote myself. It's just to have it, because everyone has Instagram nowadays. It's just like, you know, it's funny, because I come across people and I ask, oh, do you have Facebook? You want to, let's add each other. And half the people that I meet don't even have Facebook. They're like, I have Instagram. I'm like, that doesn't, how does
Not
that,
not the same.
how does that make sense? Like, how do you know, like, because most people, when they make an Instagram page, they open it from their Facebook account, right? Is that how it works most of the time, right? Instagram? You connect, is that how it works out? Like, you connect your Instagram to your Facebook?
I guess so.
Or Twitter. I don't do Twitter. That's too much work.
It's confusing, but I still do it somehow.
On IMDb page, which I still have yet to work on. IMDb, just make sure people.
I'm just kidding.
Internet Movie Database. Yes, I have a profile. I have to put my pictures up again because my IMDb Pro account expired.
Stop slacking.
Yeah, I know. I gotta work on that. And Facebook, it's a personal Facebook page that I have right now, but eventually I'm going to get to making like a professional fan page to promote my work eventually. But as far as now, I just put pretty much anything that I work on my personal page. Like, oh, today I'm working on this, tomorrow I'm working on that. So that as far as social media, that's what I go about promoting myself.
Well, thank you, Ramses. Hopefully we'll see you on the big screen
Oh,
one
yeah,
day.
thanks,
But
appreciate it.
thanks for coming by.
Thanks.
#social intercourse. Swag dirty.